Hey guys, this is Richard with Gorilla Gym. This is today's level 1 demo video. What I'm going to go over today is going to be one movement. All you're doing for the strength work, for the conditioning, whatever you want to call it, is going to be air squats. It is a important, and I would say possibly the most important foundational movement that you want to address. We've obviously done some air squats throughout the cycle so far. For today, that is the goal, is to make sure that we have that movement dialed in. It's going to transition well into allowing you to do bigger and better things, much stronger, holding under that foundation and that base if you can dial in the air squat. There's going to be a lot of reps today. The warm-up, there's nothing that we've done previously. You're not going to do any foam rolling. There isn't going to be any band pull-aparts or any band work. You're going to do air squats for the warm-up. Now, when you do these for the warm-up, it's not going to say specifically how many you should be doing or how many you specifically need to do. Find whatever amount is going to allow you to feel just that warmed up, and then you go right into the bulk of the work, which is going to be a total of 100 air squats today. Now for the air squats, it's going to be 10 sets of 10. So you'll do 10 air squats, rest whatever you need to feel comfortable and ready to go into the next set. That allows you to go into that next set. How much rest you need is to be able to go into the next set of 10 air squats feeling fresh enough to do them with the standards that I'm going to outline in detail right now. So for the warm-up, what I'm going to do, and again, it's not a specific number of reps. You do as many as you need with whatever assistance you need to feel comfortable. I'm going to use a medicine ball, and I'm going to squat down to the medicine ball a few times. So I'm just going to do a few reps here. And kind of just start moving things through. I can use another object like a box or something a little higher, maybe a chair, something like that. Now, I'm barefoot in this demo. It's just to be able to illustrate the specifics that I'm looking for, movement patterns, and where I want you to be. You don't have to obviously be barefoot just the same. Wear whatever shoes are comfortable for you. For the specifics on the air squat, some of the things you're going to focus on is, first, I start about hip to shoulder width apart. Okay, stand up nice and straight. Don't exaggerate your chest being too big and keeping your back too tight, but keep your chest nice and upright. Pull your shoulder blades back. Don't let yourself round forward already. Stand nice and tall, upright. The big thing you're going to focus on when you're dropping down into that squat is make sure that your knees are tracking over your big toes. Okay, make sure they're tracking well. Don't start the squat by bending the knees forward. Don't start the squat by folding forward at your waist. Just break at the hips and start pushing your hips and your butt back as I start descending into the squat. Once I find that little pocket and that groove where I'm starting to sit back into the squat, I can then start lowering myself down. You exaggerate a little bit because you may find that your knees are coming in. Okay, a lot of that's going to be started and going to be based off of where your squat width and your stance is to begin with, but you may notice that your knees are going to start coming in as you squat. So exaggerate it and focus on really pushing those knees out. Now for me, you're going to see me exaggerate the knees out a little bit, almost as though I'm rolling to the outside of my foot. You want to keep that pressure nice and centered. Obviously, always keep it on your heels. I don't want to squat with my heels off the ground. Stay nice and flat to the ground, but if anywhere you're going to put pressure, if you're going to put it anywhere, put it to the outside of your foot. Okay, that way you just help keep those knees tracked well over those big toes and you don't let it come in. When your adductors, when you start getting that movement inside and your knees start coming in, it's automatically, without me doing much, you're going to see that pelvic tilt. It's going to force me to round my back. It's going to force me forward. So maintain good, solid, upright posture. So here I'm going to do a few squats. Then I'm going to kind of detail some of the specifics and then we'll let you go to it. Here we go. Weight on the heels, about shoulder to hip width apart. If anywhere, I may roll it to a little bit and keep the weight a little bit on the outside of my foot. I'm going to sit down into it. You can use your arms for counterbalance. Try and keep that upright chest nice and tight. Use the breath, push down into your belly if you need to help stabilize you. And I start to descend down into the squat. I'm kind of loading the butt back, and almost simultaneously at the same time as I start feeling that little pocket as that butt starts coming back, I can then start bending the knees, I'm sitting down into it. I'm feeling comfortable. I'm really focusing on corkscrewing my feet into the ground so that I'm not letting this move in. There's not a lot of weird movement here. I'm staying tight, staying tight, staying tight, staying tight, and then I'm going to descend down under tension as low as I can, as comfortable as I can, trying to keep that chest nice and upright. And then I bring it up out of the bottom. I stand up, I keep my chin nice and high, not exaggerating, stay nice and tall. As I start coming up, once I'm here, I can bring my hips together, finish the squat. So from the side angle a little bit, I'll squat, drive, squat, drive, squat, drive. Okay? That's what we're looking for the air squats today. Again, 10 sets of 10. You have 100 total squats. Use whatever rest you need in between those sets to make each of those squats as perfect as possible. Start building up the confidence with that movement and the strength and everything posturally that comes with that. It's going to transfer really well moving on into the cycle. All right? That's it. Level 1 demo. Air squats. Thanks.